Now I'm ready to put my paragraph together. I already have it done, but I'm going to go through it slowly with you. The first part of my paragraph, I did it in blue, and I'll highlight it so you can see this is the topic of my paragraph. Life would be different in a power outage, and it would affect the way my family lives. Here are 3 ways that affect our daily life. First of all, I have used most of the words from the question. That's what a good answer should start with. It immediately directs you, the writer, to answer the exact question. I even included, here are 3 ways, because that allows the reader to know that you're going to write about 3 ways, and it'll also remind you, who are answering the question, that you have to give 3 ways. The first detail is in green. I said, first of all, fresh food would spoil quickly. Fresh food would spoil quickly was one of the bullets that you saw just a few minutes ago in this video. I put it in a sentence, and then the next part was the red part that elaborates and proves to the person with some detail and proof that I do understand this. So it says fresh food is stored in a fridge to keep it cold. A fridge needs to be plugged into an outlet to work. With no electrical current running to the house, the fridge will not work and the food will spoil. Using the word electrical current shows the teacher or the reader that I understand what I'm talking about by using the proper terminology. The next detail. Secondly, the lights in our home would not work in a power outage. Again, you should remember that from the second bullet from earlier in the video. Now the proof. Since electrical current runs through the wires of the house, when the light switch is on, the circuit is connected and the electricity flows to the bulb, and in brackets I put load. Without electrical current, our house will be dark as soon as the sun goes down. I'm using a lot of the information that I know about electricity. And my third and last detail. Thirdly, our computers and phones would eventually die. My proof or my elaboration. Again, in a blackout, electrical current will not flow through the wires to the outlets. Once the stored electricity in the battery runs out, we will not have the ability to charge the battery by plugging it in to the outlet. Again, that's my proof. Now the last sentence I wrote in blue. If you notice at the beginning I also wrote in blue. Those are because they're both the topic sentences. A paragraph has to mention the topic or introduce the topic to the reader at the beginning, and then at the end letting the reader know they're finishing up talking about the topic. But you should do it with and just rearrange the wording. So what I've done is said, so as you can see, our family life would be different in a power outage, and it would affect the way we live. It's saying the same thing, but it's letting the reader know we are finished our explanation. So, making my screen a little smaller, that is the full paragraph that I have to answer that question. I have 3 green P2s, which are my details, with 3 red proof or evidence further explaining it. So far, as a teacher, I would give 1 mark for each green, so that's 3. 1 mark for each red, those are the explanations, and they're accurate. And then I would like to see if the whole thing has everything a power paragraph or a perfect paragraph has. It has the topic sentence at the beginning, a topic sentence at the end, and the details and elaborations are repeated 3 times in the middle. You do not need to color code it. I like color coding because I think it helps for visual learners, but that is an example of how you would get an 8 out of 8 on a question. That's all you need to know. So you can use the same idea if you're begging for a new phone.